So we've got the idea to basically film makeup videos because we're both at college at the moment doing media makeup. And we thought of doing our first video as a Q&A. So we sent out questions on our makeup accounts, mine being Media Makeup by Georgia.
And mine being AmyJCW_makeup.
Little plug there. And so we're going to answer the questions now for you.
So yeah, it's basically just to get to know us.
Just a Q&A, just so you can get to know
like
us before we do our makeup really on this channel.
In a rush, what makeup do you do in the morning that will be quick but still enhance your looks?
Because I used to have a waitressing job, the quickest thing for me was don't bother with foundation, conceal straight away. Go straight in with concealer, little bit mascara, pop a little bit. I used to like to pop a little bit of highlight on my eyelids just to make up my eyes pop, and then just bronze up the face slightly and then out the door. Yeah, that's it really. Just the basics really.
For me, I love like a really like kind of like glowy natural base, so I'll start with like a liquid highlighter, a little bit of concealer, maybe like comb through the brows.
That's a good one.
If I've got a bit of time, mascara, and then a bit of lip balm and
off, yeah, just a glowy skin really. I think the main focus is on the skin. You don't really want to bother with eyes, eyebrows, anything like that.
If you're in a rush, I feel like when you're in a rush, that's when it goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Mascara goes everywhere. Next question. Best foundation, high-end and drugstore. I've always been the classic drugstore sort of Rimmel London, so I always go for the long wear, full coverage, the one with the red top.
That's how everyone knows it. Red, orange or blue top.
Yeah, so the one with the red top, that's my go-to generally. That's the only one I really wear.
And I love Hourglass, the stick foundation. I absolutely love that because for me, because of my skin tone, like the undertones, I've got quite like yellowy, olivey skin, so I struggle to find in high street brands my skin tone. So I went into Hourglass, which you can get hold of in John Lewis, and they match me up and it's perfect. You pop it on and it's like really high coverage. So for me, that's probably my favourite one.
Eyebrow products. What's your like go-to?
Oh, I'd say the Anastasia Brow Wiz, going through my brows, pop a bit of that in, and then the Milani, they do like a brow powder, and then go through my brows with that. Yeah. The Soap and Glory do a equivalent to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is a lot cheaper, so if you're on a budget then that's easier.
I was literally going to say, that is the one I'm using at the moment, it's the Soap and Glory one, and it's great.
It's got the really fine tip one.
Yeah,
I love that.
And there's also another one which is like, it's an angled end, and then you've got like a eyebrow mascara at the end.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So I use that one. Like I used to use eyeshadows quite a lot before
Very
that.
good.
Which
MAC,
is weird.
any MAC eyeshadows or anything like that?
Yeah.
Or even or anything.
One product you can't live without.
I'd say mascara, just because if you're gonna go out the house and you want to look nice, the one thing that, because if you put concealer on without mascara, you look a bit dead.
You
look like matte on the
no
face.
eyes.
Whereas if you pop on some mascara but your skin still doesn't look amazing, I think that's probably better. So I'd say mascara, definitely.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one. Mascara. Most memorable look you've created? Yeah, it has to be my Joker makeup look that I did with the it's like a green eyeshadow.
Oh, I love that one.
And the cut mouth. I think that's just the like. As soon as someone says about makeup, I'm like, oh,
show them that picture.
Yeah, that's like
this is my work. I liked the fashion look I did on you, just because I like getting. I like being a bit wacky with makeup, so colours and things, experimenting more than being like natural and stuff. And I did a fashion week look at college on Amy with cotton wool, so I've like threaded it around the face. It was inspired by a designer, so I think that's probably one of my favourite because it's quite pop colour.
Your first ever makeup item?
A mascara from No. 7. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? So that was right on the top of.
I think mine was. Do you remember the Superdrug brand? It was like a W7 or it was a W.
Oh yeah, that's still about.
Mine was blue eyeshadow from that. I don't know why. What on earth like made me pick this like blue eyeshadow? And it wasn't even a nice.
What did you do with it? Did you just like wash it right over your eyelid?
I didn't even think I wore it. I think the first time I used it was on my brother.
As you do.
But that could be another story for another day. Favourite high-end or drugstore brand?
Drugstore, I'd go for Revolution. I think they're doing really well at the moment, specifically Revolution Pro. I think like all of their stuff's really good. They like their concealers, their foundations, they're doing so good at the moment. High end, MAC probably, big MAC fan from like day one when I bought my first eyeshadow from there. Ever since then I love it.
I would definitely agree with you on the Drugstore Revolution. I'm a big Revolution fan. I think even like just the eyeshadow palettes are such a good price and they are good like pigmentation and stuff.
I've got like a whole drawer of Revolution eyeshadows
literally
just because they're love them.
Yeah.
I'd say it's quite difficult to pick out one brand that you can say, oh I love that brand, because they might do a really good eyeshadow but then an awful concealer. Do you have a beauty budget or do you spend freely?
I wouldn't say I necessarily have a beauty budget, and I probably wouldn't say I spend freely either. I kind of like, if I see something that's kind of come out and I'm like, oh I want to try that, then I'll get it. Like I don't generally tend to worry. I don't know, like I wouldn't say there'd be a day where I go out and I spend like £300 on makeup. It's kind of like gradual, like
over time.
You might see something, you kind of add to your collection like little by little. That's kind of where I go for it. Yeah. What about you?
Spend freely. I can't control myself. The thing is, I think that, I've said this before, makeup is all I spend my money on just because I love it so much. That's why I like to buy like high-end things. Not that there's anything wrong with Drugstore, because I think that they're just as good sometimes, if not better. But yeah, I do like to treat myself sometimes.
Spend freely.
Product you buy often?
Probably foundation.
Foundations you most often like?
Yeah, because I think that's generally something that you run out of quicker, like eyeshadow palettes and things like that don't generally run out that quick.
I've never rebought an eyeshadow palette just because
it's run out.
Yeah.
Whereas like a foundation, you probably like rebuy it because
concealer's quite a good one.
Concealer actually, I feel like that's more often than a foundation.
Collection concealer is my go-to. Like, always go back to buy. Favourite place to shop for makeup?
Probably Superdrug.
Yeah, I agree. If you could only buy one brand, what would you choose? That's a good question. All these questions are really good ones as well.
I think I would have to go for Revolution, purely because there's a lot of things from that brand that I use. So like their skincare, like their serums, their eyeshadows, I love their eyeshadows, and I think their setting sprays, and their primer. So I think, yeah, for me probably Revolution, because I know there's a good few products out of that I could work with.
Yeah, I'm going to split it into two. I'm going to go with you with the Revolution for Drugstore, and then high end I'd say NARS probably, just because again their creamy concealer, their foundation, their long wear foundation, their drops, so like their bronzing drops, their highlighting, anything like that, I love them. So
yeah,
go NARS probably. Which celebrity do you look up to makeup wise?
Ooh. I mean, I would say Kim Kardashian, but it's not quite her, it's more her makeup artist.
Makeup by Mario.
So it's like...
But I think he's taught her a lot of
what she knows
now.
Yeah. So I can't imagine she uses them all the time to do her makeup.
So makeup by Mario.
Yeah.
And then Beauty Guru.
Beauty Guru, I think my favourite is probably Jimmy.
That's a good one. I'd say celebrity-wise, again, probably Kylie Jenner, someone like that, just because you look at their makeup and it's very rare you get a bad picture of them. You look at them and you're just like, their makeup's flawless. Always.
On point.
And then Beauty Guru-wise, she's not that well known, but I'd say Poppy Rawson. She's on YouTube. Her name's like Me My Mouse or Poppy Rawson. She's really good. Like her. And do you like multifunctional products?
Like a chubby stick that's for like a cheek tint
and a lip. Yeah.
And I just no. Yeah. I just don't think it works personally. I've not really got along with it.
It's perfect if you're on the go. What do you love about makeup?
What do I love about makeup? I think just like being able to be creative and like experimenting. So you could literally one day walk out with a nice kind of nude look, or the next day you come out and you've got like, well, today I've got bright pink lips on, which I haven't worn before, like ever.
Like today you've done a different
I've kind of got stepped out of my comfort zone.
It's expressive, isn't it? It's like a way of expressing yourself.
And you can just really try whatever. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, then you know to wear it again.
Yeah. I'd say originally I started wearing makeup just for confidence, because as a teenager you get really spotty, like I had really spotty skin, and I'm sure we've all been there.
Yeah.
And I started off by wearing it, and then started buying more products, and was like, oh, I love this, and then took it up. That's where it came from. Just probably an insecurity, but now I don't use it as a cover up. I use it because I love it. How often do you replace your mascara?
Oh, I feel embarrassed to answer this one. Probably not often.
Not often as I should, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably not. Yeah, I'm gonna go with what you said. Not as often as I should.
Not as often as I should. I'm a sucker for a deal. Like as soon as I want Superdrug, like I've got a mascara. I've probably got 20 already. I'll walk in there and it'll be like, oh, this is gonna make your lashes all long and luscious, and I'm like, yeah,
why not?
Straight in my bathroom.
Yeah, right in my basket.
I buy it and then I get home, just add it to the collection, and then I open it. So it's been opened, and then I've only got 3 months left on it, and I don't use it.
That's the thing, because even though you've opened it, you might not use it. So surely it's still okay.
We're terrible, really. Do you use an eyelash curler?
No. Straight up, no.
Sometimes, if I'm doing a natural look and I'm doing just mascara, which is very rare because I often wear lashes, I will use one, but not often. Is foundation, brush or sponge?
At the moment I'm using a brush. I have used a sponge before and I did like it, but I just haven't got around to buying new ones. So I reckon if I had a sponge, I'd probably use a sponge. Then I still think I like a brush works well.
You're a brush girl.
Yeah, I do quite like a brush as well. I feel like a brush can be more for like a natural sort of minimal coverage, but then a sponge is quite good for really like packing it on.
I'd say sponge. I started off with the Real Technique sponges.
Yeah.
They're really good, and then I went to a beauty blender, and I actually now prefer that just because you can get in all the corners. Don't get me wrong, if you give me a brush, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I tend to find that when I use a brush, you can see the lines, whereas with a sponge you can't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get you.
that's just me personally.
Yeah.
Like if you're good with a brush. Thank you to anyone who's been watching.
Yeah.
Because
You've actually sat through this and
Yeah,
watched
sat
it.
through our
Thank you. We
long-winded
appreciate it.
questions. But we'll be back next week with another video.
Yeah. That's
And
the aim.
thank you for watching.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.